The money Sinner takes home for winning the Australian Open 2025. This year, the winner of the singles title at the Australian Open will be awarded a cheque for €2.1 million, an impressive figure that reflects the importance and prestige of this tournament. Among the standout names on the circuit, Jannik Sinner continues to establish himself as one of the most consistent and successful players in recent times. At just 22 years old, he already has 19 career titles and has reached at least the quarterfinals in the last 19 tournaments he has played. This consistency not only demonstrates his immense talent but also an extraordinary ability to compete at the highest level at every event. To date, Sinner has earned a total of €35.5 million in official prize money alone, highlighting the economic impact of his success on the professional circuit. However, this figure does not include other significant income, such as sponsorships or exhibitions. For example, last autumn, Sinner was crowned champion of the Six Kings Slam, a prestigious exhibition that earned him €6 million after playing just 3 matches. These achievements not only solidify his position among the best but also reinforce his role as one of the most promising figures in world tennis. The Italian, an absolute leader on hard courts, now sets his sights on the upcoming summer tours. I know I can do better on clay and grass. For those still doubting, Jannik Sinner cleared things up this Sunday. The Australian Open 2025 final seemed destined to be a tight affair, but the Italian showed no mercy to Alexander Zverev, who will have to keep working hard in search of his first Grand Slam. Meanwhile, the world number 1 continues to rack up success and confirms that there's currently no player who can come close to his level. The gap is so wide that it's easy to forget that just 12 months ago, Sinner's life was quite different. It's the perfect ending to a year of absolute dominance. Let's hear his thoughts after defending his throne in Melbourne. First impressions. It was an incredible performance on my part. I feel like I served very well from the beginning, trying to get into the zone quickly. In that sense, I think I competed at a very high level. In the second set, maybe I got a bit lucky in the tiebreak, but considering all the factors, I think I had another amazing run here in Australia. I'm very happy to share all of this with my team and my family, the people I love. A clear tactic. I went onto the court with the intention of being very aggressive from the start, and that gave me the confidence to feel the ball so well. When you start winning games, that builds confidence, until the first break opportunities began to come. In key moments, I always served well, but the secret was staying mentally strong, trying to play every point as best as I could. I'm very satisfied with how I handled every situation during the final, and I leave with a very positive feeling. CAS appeal. This topic is tough. I'm not thinking about it. Right now, I've just come out of an incredible journey here in Australia, so I want to enjoy this moment, to be honest. We'll see what happens at the hearing later. For now, all we know are the dates. Zverev compares him to Djokovic. It's an incredible compliment from Sasha, but we're each different in our own way. Obviously, we have some similarities in our playing style, though I still think Novak at his best is almost impossible to beat. I've always admired his style, tried to learn how he did things, how he handled pressure points and key moments. I still believe we are different, though with some similarities. What are they? A clean strike of the ball from the baseline, good mobility, and an understanding of where your opponent is playing. My goal is to keep improving in certain areas, and that's what we're working on. Third Grand Slam in the bag. I'm very proud. It's hard to describe. A lot has happened off the court that you might not know about, things that are hard to block out when you step onto the court. But I have a team by my side that always believes in me. For me, that's more important than anything else. When I go on the court, I try to focus on the match. I know the match can last 3, 4, or 5 hours, but that's a gap I have very well under control these days. There are many hours in the gym behind this, maintaining your routine. You think about it a little less, but in some way, it's always on your mind. I know I'm in this position now, so I can't change anything. The role of Darren Cahill. He's a very honest person. To be a good coach with so many different players, you have to understand the player and get into their rhythm, know what they like and don't like. It only takes him a few weeks to figure all of that out. Something I love about him is that he's very humble, and that helps the team a lot. I tried to do well here for him because, being Australian, this might have been his last Grand Slam here. We talk a lot about Darren, but Simone Vagnozzi is also part of the core team. It's incredible what they're doing. Simone changed me as a player, he gave me the confidence to try different things. The combination of both is impressive, not just as coaches but also as people. They're very good at this, and I'm very lucky to have found them and the rest of the team. Goals beyond hard courts. I feel more comfortable on hard courts. I take it as a positive that I still have to improve on the other surfaces. We'll see how it works out. I'm going to put a lot of energy into it, trying to find the right ways to go far in the Grand Slams that aren't played on hard courts. I'm still young, I need to adapt, especially to grass, where I never played in juniors. It was something new for me when I arrived on the circuit, but that's precisely what I like. Challenges are opportunities to improve, so I hope to show that when the time comes. Always things to improve. It's normal to think about these things. I want to be a complete player, not just on one surface but also on the other two. I think last year wasn't a bad season on clay and grass, but I can do better. These are the questions I can answer looking forward. Our goal is to keep finding that rhythm, that playing style, as it will be completely different when other tours come, especially the grass season with its movement. Differences between the first and second Australian Open. Maybe in this second one, there's more pressure and extra attention. These are things you have to manage. On the other hand, this time, you already know you can do it because you've done it once, so you try to understand it from that perspective. What I really understood this time is that every day is different. You have days when you may feel far from your 100%, but the next day you can get that feeling back. I've learned a lot throughout this year. I'm not talking about results but about who I am personally and how I handle situations on the court. A direct message from Alcaraz to Sinner after winning the Australian Open. The last 5 Grand Slams have been a duel between Italian Jannik Sinner and Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz, 2 Australian Opens and 1 US Open for the Italian, 1 Wimbledon and 1 Roland Garros for the Spaniard, who overall still leads 4-3. It's the rivalry of the moment, with the peculiarity that they have yet to face each other in a Grand Slam final. The last player to defeat Sinner was Alcaraz, in the Beijing final last October. Since then, 21 consecutive matches won by the world number 1. Shortly after Sinner defeated German Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6, 4, and 6-3, almost instantly, Sinner sent a congratulatory message to the 2-time Melbourne champion. Very direct, given the speed and brevity of the message. Congratulations, Jannik. Bravo. Sinner on his positive test for Clostebol. A lot happened that you might not know about. Despite it being a day of celebration, Jannik Sinner once again had to address the recurring controversy over his positive test for Clostebol at last year's Indian Wells Masters 1000. What happened, happened. I keep playing like this because my mind is clear about what happened. If I were guilty, I wouldn't be playing like this. I don't think about it. It's true that there are moments or days when I wish I didn't have this problem, revealed the now 2-time Australian Open champion in a press conference. A lot happened off the court that you might not know about. When I step onto the court, it's sometimes hard to block these things out. I have my team that trusts me, and with them, I can talk openly. I'm in this situation, and that can't change, he added after successfully defending the title he won in 2024. Sinner also admitted feeling more comfortable on hard courts than on clay or grass, though he commented that this is a positive because it gives him something to improve on. Of course, I feel more comfortable on hard courts, we can see that. I take it as a positive because I have room for improvement in the other tournaments. I'm still young. That's what I like, the challenges and understanding where I can improve, he explained. Finally, the Italian lavished praise on his coaches, Italian Simone Vagnozzi and Australian Darren Cahill, calling them very good off the court. It's very hard to convince Cahill to stay. To be a good coach with so many players, you have to understand each one's rhythm, what they like and don't like. One thing I really like about Darren is that he's very humble. I've tried to do well here because this is his last slam here, being Australian, as a coach, commented the world number 1 about Darren Cahill, one of the best coaches of recent decades, who will step down as coach at the end of the season. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because here at Tennis Zone, we're dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We offer in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. Additionally, at Tennis Zone, we strive to provide you with up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the world of tennis.